Hello, welcome to My Story with CareCredit, where real CareCredit cardholders share their stories of life-changing healthcare. CareCredit's a leading national healthcare credit card that can enable you to get many of the procedures and treatments you want or need now and pay over time with promotional financing on purchases of $200 or more. CareCredit is accepted at hundreds of thousands of locations nationwide to pay for care for you, your family, and your pets. I'm your host, Amy Freena. Today's guest, Alicia, said she always had an infectious laugh, but started to get self-conscious because of her old dental fillings. Today, she shares her story of how CareCredit helped bring her smile back.
Hi, my name is Alicia. I have been a CareCredit card holder for about 4 years, and this is my story. When you're in the military, you get dental and medical through them. And when I was retired, every tooth had a metal filling in it. And I started to realize that everybody could see blackness in the back of my mouth. It made me not want to smile or laugh anymore. Between the fillings that had to be replaced, the ones that were crumbling out of my mouth, it was getting really expensive. And then my dentist came in and he told me about CareCredit. I got it done within minutes, and I can laugh without feeling self-conscious anymore. I love it. Thank you so much for giving me my smile back and making sure that everyone in the room can hear my laugh.
Alicia, thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am good. I love all the jewelry, the hair.
Thank you. I'm a little bit extra, you know.
It's good. It's good. We're so excited to hear about your story. So let's start from the beginning. Where does your CareCredit story begin?
It actually started a little over 20 years ago when I was in the military.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
My pleasure. My pleasure. But I joined the Navy at 18.
Wow.
And so most of my dental and medical care was through them.
Okay.
So by the time I was ready to retire, I had a mouth full of metal. Like the Navy dentist did the best that they could, but I mean, they were rapidly falling out of my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
I needed to get a civilian dentist super fast, but I was in between jobs. And so I really didn't know how I was going to be able to afford it. And luckily, the dentist that I went to had recommended the CareCredit credit card and said it was really easy to apply. I mean, it was, approved within minutes.
Really?
And I was able to afford to get all of this redone. I mean, they're still working on a couple of them, but a lot of the metal is gone. A lot of the fillings that were falling out have been completely replaced. I honestly didn't know how I was going to be able to afford it before CareCredit.
Wow. So when you're in the military and you're obviously serving and doing your thing there, you just started having random issues, and so you kept going to the dentist. Was it something persistent, or was it just random things here and there?
I mean, it's always been persistent. Me and my mother are exactly the same way. We have terrible teeth.
Okay.
My dad, my brothers, there's not one cavity between the three of them. But me and my mom, there's not a tooth that doesn't have a cavity in it.
Really?
It's just something in our DNA. So I've always had issues with my teeth, and it was really hard to stay on top of it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So when you got out of the service, were you uncomfortable, or was it the way it looked, or what was it that was really bothering you?
I love to laugh and I love to smile. And whenever I would see all of the metal just all in the back of my teeth, I mean, it just looked awful, and it made me really self-conscious, Of course. So when I did find the civilian doctor and he suggested that, hey, these are falling out anyway, we should probably replace them. I was kind of scared. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford that.
Right. So that's when he said, well, let's talk about CareCredit, apply for the CareCredit credit card.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know. I was kind of on the fence, and just so glad I did. I mean, it didn't affect my credit score whatsoever. It was absolutely amazing. It was so easy. And whenever I'm at the dentist now, boom, there it is.
I'm not even thinking about this.
Exactly. It brings my smile back.
It's a beautiful smile. So the promotional financing that they offered you, CareCredit, really enabled you to move forward with getting the treatment that you wanted.
Yes, exactly. Especially because I was looking for a new place to live at the time too. And
it's always a lot of stuff at once.
It's always just piles up,
Yep.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do all of this and like still maintain my budget. But I mean, it was so easy. Yeah.
So
I didn't have to choose.
Right. That's so important.
Mm-hmm.
You said you started this 20 years ago and that you're fully done, or you're still working on some.
I still have 2 more fillings left to do at the end of the year.
Okay.
But then after that, I'm done.
You're done.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. How does that feel?
It feels amazing.
Really? And you look in the mirror now and you're like, I love my smile. I'm happy.
Yeah, I really am.
That's so
I love
great.
smiling and laughing again.
Yes, that's wonderful. Do you have any plans to use the card in the future for anything else?
When I get settled again, I will most likely get another animal. My sister, she actually has the CareCredit credit card for her 2 dogs.
Okay.
And she swears by it. So
Really?
I know that I'm able to use it not only for my mouth, but
Yes,
my
ma'am.
little fur babies too.
But so obviously you've referred friends and family members to the card as well.
I have, absolutely. You know, whenever somebody's talking about how, oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. I'm like, yes, you can.
Yes,
The
you
CareCredit
can.
credit card. It's so easy.
But thank you so much for sharing your story with us, and we wish you only the best.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for joining us on My Story with CareCredit. If you're interested in applying for the CareCredit credit card or want to find a provider in your area who accepts CareCredit, visit us at carecredit.com.